The Hyde-Addison public school buildings are located adjacently in the historic Georgetown neighborhood. The Addison School building, completed in 1885, is an 8-room Romanesque revival structure named after mid-19th century Georgetown Mayor Henry Addison.
This square in Georgetown has really, ever since the mid-19th century, been the public school area, elementary school area, servicing the neighborhood of Georgetown. And as the population of Georgetown kind of grew towards the turn of the century, they built the third building, the Hyde School, which is to the south of the square, in 1907. That building was the very typical pinwheel 4-classroom on each floor, one of the few DC public schools to be designed by Arthur B. Heaton, who was a significant rising architect.
The Hyde building has been a public elementary school since its construction. Addison, however, was vacant for nearly 2 decades in the 1940s and 50s, and then operated as a mental health center. In 2004, the DC Public Schools reopened the building as a school. With a growing student population, DC Public Schools decided to combine these buildings into one school by adding an additional 30,000 square feet. To do this, a new building would act as a connector between the historic structures.
So we thought that one of the characters would be to create a shape that is not going to compete. So if you see that really boxes the other 2 buildings. So we said, okay, let's create another box. So in terms of shape, we thought that was adequate to create a shape that was similar of the existing.
To maintain a similar height and massing to the existing structures, the new building places much of its programming, including the gym, cafeteria, and public space, below grade.
We had to make sure that all of the work we were doing wasn't going to impact the existing buildings, the Hyde and Addison. We want to make sure that we're not structurally impacting them. So we had to put a lot of measures like vibration monitors, clock monitoring, to make sure that those buildings is going to stay intact.
Its ground floor services as the new central entrance to the school, and its compact upper story contains 3 classrooms.
We had monthly community meetings. We were sitting with the community, involving the ANC and the neighbors, just to come in and sit at 5 p.m. after work hours, and then so we can listen what exactly do they want, or what challenges they are facing for this project, or what do they need in future for their kids and students.
The exterior of the new building strikes a balance between old and new. It's clad with terracotta fins on the first floor and compact panels on the upper story. The glazed surfaces on the ground floor and the tall windows on the second story match the historic buildings. At night, the interior lights on and it becomes a shining beacon.
Always we said to our team that finally the one that is going to use this, our client is not the government in this case, is the students that are going to be inside the school and the community that finally is going to use it. So those are the real clients.
The project also restyled the courtyard around the school and added a new playground, creating a meeting place for the community, even when school is not in session.
Really, I think that for the last 2 weeks, the biggest challenge was trying to keep people out of the site because they were very excited to check it out.
The school now has a maximum capacity of 400 students. It is a fundamental element of its community and a center of learning for students today and into the future.